February 24, 1955, to his parents Abdulfattah John January and Joanne Carol Skeeble, Steve Jobs was not an ordinary kid.
Since his real parents were not able to care for him, Paul and Clara Jobs adopted the little boy. Instead of being fascinated with toys and games, Steve Jobs loved technology, which made him quite a loner in school.
But then he met Steve Wozniak, a person who shared the same interests as he did. Even though Wozniak was 5 years older, they both shared the same hobbies like listening to Bob Dylan, electronics, and pranking other people.
But they soon parted ways because in 1973, Jobs goes to Reed College, Oregon, but only stays for the first semester.
He claimed he was in need of spiritual enlightenment, so he headed to India with his college friend Dan Quixote for 2 years. When Jobs returned from India, he began to attend meetings to Wozniak's homebrew computer club.
That soon led to the designing and the making of the Apple I, which took place in Jobs' room and garage. But then finally, on August 28, 1976, they released the Apple I computer for a price of $666.
Then in 1977, after Apple Incorporated, they released the Apple II on June 5th.
On January 24, 1994, Apple introduces the Macintosh on the Super Bowl commercial. On the commercial they say, "For the first time ever, I'd like to let Macintosh speak for itself." Then a computer voice says, "Never trust a computer you can't lift."
September 12, 1985, Jobs resigns as Apple chairman, saying in a board meeting, "I've been thinking a lot and it's time for me to get on with my life. It's obvious that I've got to do something. I'm 30 years old." Soon thereafter, Jobs starts Next Computer, which later becomes Next Software, funded by selling $70 million of his Apple stock. February 3, 1986, for $10 million, Steve Jobs buys the graphics group division of Lucasfilm that later becomes Pixar Animation Studios.
On November 29, 1995, Jobs becomes Pixar's president and CEO. Later in that year, Jobs brings Pixar public 1 week after the release of Toy Story. The film earns $192 million at the box office. Its success makes it quite attractive for celebrities to lend their voices to animated characters. During that time, a new woman entered the life of Steve Jobs while he was giving a talk at Stanford University. There's this beautiful woman, and she's really smart, and she has this dog, and I'm going to marry her, he told his sister Mona over the phone that night. And he did. Laureen Powell became Mrs. Jobs on March 18, 1991. He later had 3 children, Reed, Aaron, and Eve.
In December 1996, Jobs returns to Apple as an advisor after it buys Next for $429 million. November 10, 1997, they introduced the Apple Store, which lets customers custom order Apple products directly from the company online.
On May 6, 1998, Apple introduces the iMac, which becomes commercially available in August.
iTunes was first introduced on January 9, 2001, exclusively for Mac users. They stated, "iTunes is miles ahead of every other jukebox application, and we hope its dramatically simpler user interface will bring even more people to the digital music revolution."
Apple's first retail store in Tysons Corner, Virginia and Glendale, California opened on May 19, 2001. The store designs and personal sale methods proved to be tremendously popular. Apple was running 330 stores worldwide as of July 2011.
October 23, 2001, Apple introduces the iPod. They said, "With iPod, Apple has invented a whole new category of digital music players that lets you put your entire music collection in your pocket and listen to it wherever you go. With iPod, listening to music will never be the same again." Apple has shipped more than 300 million iPods in the last 10 years.
August 1, 2004, Steve undergoes surgery to remove a cancerous tumor in his pancreas. The surgery went well and the cancer was removed. Apple introduced the iPod Shuffle on January 11, 2005. It was smaller and lighter than a pack of gum and cost less than $100.
Later that year in September, the iPod Nano was released. They said the iPod Nano is the biggest revolution since the original iPod. iPod Nano is a full-featured iPod in an impossibly small size, and it's going to change the rules for the entire portable music market.
In January 2006, Apple's market capitalization finally surpasses Dell's. On January 25, 2006, Disney buys Pixar for $7.4 billion, but Jobs still joins Disney's board as its top shareholder.
February 2nd, 2006, iTunes sells its billionth song. January 9th, 2007, Apple introduces the iPhone. The iPhone is a revolutionary and magical product that is literally 5 years ahead of any other mobile phone. We are all born with the ultimate pointing device, our fingers, and iPhone uses them to create the most revolutionary user interface since the mouse.
During the introduction of the iPhone at Macworld 2007, he used the phone to call Starbucks and order 4,000 lattes to go.
Good morning, Starbucks. How can I help you?
Yes, I'd like to order 4,000 lattes to go, please. No, just kidding. Wrong number. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Apple unveils the iPod Touch on September 2007. It is essentially an iPhone without the phone, which has wireless capabilities and performs much like a portable computer.
Steve Jobs was inducted in the California Hall of Fame by Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger on December 5, 2007. Lady Shriver told NBC that Steve was reluctant to attend the ceremony. He said he doesn't like to be singled out. He believes that Apple is the star of Silicon Valley, not him.
On January 15, 2008, Apple introduces the App Store as an update to iTunes. The App Store already had 18 billion app downloads as of early October 2011.
Jobs takes a 6-month leave of absence for medical reasons in the beginning of January 2009.
Apple introduces the iPad on January 27, 2010. They even sell 500,000 iPads during their first week on the market.
Jobs goes on medical leave of absence from CEO post nearly 2 years after the 6-month break he took to undergo a liver transplant on January 17, 2011.
August 24, 2011, Steve resigns from Apple CEO post and becomes the chairman. Steve Jobs, age 56, dies from his 8-year battle with pancreatic cancer on October 5, 2011. Later, Walter Isaacman writes Steve's biography, which they had been planning since 2004. Do you guys know who Steve Jobs is?
No.
He created the iPhone and the iPad and everything.
That is really cool that he made the iPad.
What do you think Steve Jobs has done for us today?
I don't know.
You know he went to India. He created a computer in his own garage.
Wow.
Does that make you want to be like Steve?
Yes.
Yeah. What do you think Steve Jobs has done for technology today?
He's really advanced it, made it a lot easier to do many things that we couldn't do before.
Where do you think Apple is going to go next?
I think it's just going to increasingly get bigger until it just can't anymore.
What do you think about the new iPhone 5 that just came out?
I think it's really cool. iPhones are awesome. I've heard it's really nice.
What has he done in your life?
He's given me Apple products to make my life easier.
What Apple products do you have?
An iPod Touch and an iPod.
Thank you, Steve Jobs.
Thank you, Steve Jobs.
Thank you, Steve Jobs.
Remembering that you are going to die is the best way I know to avoid the trap of thinking you have something to lose.